family entertainer? And if so, would you rather be a rock star?
I'm not really fussed about what I am now, you know, because I've been a lot of stuff I wanted to be. So, I mean, you know, if I was ever trying to become a title, a rock and roller, well, you know, I mean, I don't think of myself as anything in particular. I mean, obviously, as you get older, it gets harder to be a punk, right? You're going to look a bit silly with the old, the soap gear, you know. See if you can grow enough to get it long enough. But I mean, you know, so, but I'm not really fussed about that, because, I mean, I think it'd be like daft to suddenly really try and be 15 years old. So I have to accept to a degree what I am, you know. But I'm quite happy with what I am, you know. It's done me well. And like I say, you know, I've had my moments where I've done my long tall sallies and I'm down and stuff like that with the Beatles. I've been a rocker and we've had our mad rocking shows. And yet I've been my sort of balladeer bit with the Yesterdays and stuff like that. So I think I'm lucky in a way that I can choose. But I think of myself basically as a sort of rocker who can do ballads as well. That's how I think of myself. But I'm not really bothered how anyone else thinks of me, because it's difficult to pigeonhole.
Can you find it in yourself to write an angry song?
I did on this album. There's a track called Angry on this album. And I'll tell you, the trouble was, when it came down to it, I found it very difficult to write the lyrics. The feeling and everything's dead easy, because I get angry, just like anyone does. I mean, and if people might say, well, you know, you've got such a comfortable lifestyle and stuff, how the hell can you get it? You're not on the dole. How do you dare be angry? You've got nothing to be angry about. But you have, you know, you've got Iran, Nicaragua, Reagan. There's something right there, you know.
Would you write a song about it?
Well, this song was an attempt to do all of that. But I really found it difficult to do Iran, Reagan, and to put that into rock lyrics is like really not easy. You try writing a rock song, they're actually the hardest songs to write. That's why I love Chuck Berry so much. It was that, like, his lyrics are, I think, are like some of the best ever. But they're always in these great little sort of rock framework. So I've written I'm Down was kind of probably sort of most rocking things. And they're very difficult to write. They sound easy because they're all on one note, there's 3 chords, and you think, well, anyone could do that. But to actually sum it up like a good rock song does, it's actually the hardest thing to do. So I tried on this. You'll have to check this track out, called Angry. It sounds angry enough, but the lyrics, I couldn't really pinpoint down what I was angry about.
Would you appear for causes then? I mean,
yeah,
political
I'll do stuff
or
for
CND
causes.
or anything like that?
I do stuff for causes. This Peter Gabriel thing is it's a kind of peace thing, you know. It's not formulated, not totally there yet, but it'll be a great force for peace. It's like Amnesty International and things like that. I do stuff for them. And
what about more political things?
Political stuff, it's difficult because I don't actually agree with any of them. So I hate to side with any of them. I think there's no one actually answering what needs to be done. No, okay, you'd think maybe the nearest for, let's say, unemployment would be the socialists, right? You know, that sounds the nearest. But what are they going to do? You know, how are they going to deal with a Scargill? You tell me. Because, you know, I was here when Callahan tried to deal with some of the other things he had. And it was hopeless. So, I mean, politically, I don't know. You know, I'd like to see, I don't think the Alliance are going to do much. I've always been like that. I've had a big trouble voting, really, because you think you ought to, because you're here. If you don't, Angry of Surbiton will, and he'll have your vote, so you feel you've got to vote. But I have trouble finding a candidate who says anything. They don't say anything, you know. And they lie through their teeth all the time.